If you want to make some picks on your favorite sports, check out Chalkboard Pick'em games where you can go ahead and choose higher or lower on between 2 to 8 players and can win up to 5,000 times your entry. And using my code JustAnt when you sign up will help you get a free $20 with no first deposit needed. Welcome back, guys. So I've been seeing a lot of you guys saying that your players are getting outdated. Well, guess what? That's not a thing anymore. We're in Madden Mobile 26. So basically what that means is evolution is going to change that. If you guys are saying, oh, your player's outdated, it's not a thing anymore, because a base exact Tom that's basically outdated because we have the newer promos and field passes can easily get updated to a newer player if you take out that same rarity. So for the example, let's go to the Jerome Bettis. Let's take out Jerome Bettis because it's a newer promo player, which is actually going to be an old kind of promo player because we're about to get another new promo, which will have higher overall soon. So you can just do the same thing for when a newer promo comes out. So here we go. Evolution. We have Jerome Bettis in here. Basically, you need to select a 104 plus overall player to go ahead and increase Zach Tom's base overall. So if you guys click on that player, which is Jerome Bettis for the example, he's 110 overall, which means that the base overall of Zach Tom goes from a 103 to a 110 with 250 evolution tokens, which is fantastic. So when a new promo comes out and you get a new iconic, you can take that iconic player and put it in. And this kind of goes into if you guys get a random iconic player and you don't like the player, but you like another player in your team that's that same rarity. So for the next example, let's just say team of the week. It's a step up from the basic players. You will take a current player. Let's just say you guys didn't want Jerome Bettis. You're like, oh, I got Jerome Bettis. That kind of sucks out of the random. Let me go ahead and evolve my Jake Bobo because I really like this wide receiver. Now he goes from 106 to a 110. So there's no such thing as outdated players anymore, which is actually crazy. And that's what evolution brings to the table. And it's so nice. So if you guys are like, oh, my player's outdated, it's a low overall, not a thing anymore. Just take a newer player if you don't like that player and then put it in towards a player that you really like, because that player will go up to the overall for the base players of that given month, which I think is crazy because think about this 3 months in, guys. Let's just say we're rolling around Christmas time. So the players overall for base will probably be like maybe 30. Let's just say 130 overall. You could take a 130 overall player if it's an iconic and evolve it into Jake Bobo and he'll be a 130 base. So he'll no longer be a 106 base and he'll be a 130 base, but the evolution token cost is probably going to go up a lot. So hopefully you guys have enough and you guys can get evolution tokens throughout the game in any way, shape, or form. Throughout a lot of ways, actually, daily goals, journey, the field pass. So yeah, it's just a way to get them. You guys have to play throughout to get them, obviously, but obviously it's going to be a little difficult to evolve higher overall players because you need a lot of tokens. So obviously, as I just explained, it should be harder to evolve these players with high overall because you're going to need a lot more evolution tokens. So you could probably only get like 2 to 3 evolved if you don't have that much tokens. So yeah, but that's only if you want to evolve a player from now. If you really like that player, let's just say you guys are really die-hard Seahawks fans. You really like the wide receiver right here. Or we can go to your die-hard Lions fan and you really like the Amon-Ra St. Brown right here. 3 months later, 5 months later, you take an iconic, you evolve that player to that base player. So let's just say an example, 5 months later, right? 160 overall base for that certain promo. You take that iconic at 160, you put it into Amon-Ra, and guess what? Amon-Ra is now 160 base. For how much evolution tokens? Probably a lot, right? Think about that. It's going to cost a lot. But then again, you can take these players now, right? If you really like a player, and you get to evolve them later, and they won't be outdated, which is insane. So that's what evolution brings to the table, guys, and that's what's going to help you, carry that player that you really like towards the end. So as I said, if you really like a player, like for me, if an Eli Manning drops, I'm evolving that to the end game card because I really like Eli Manning. Or let's just say if an Odell Beckham Jr. drops, I'm evolving him. If it's a Giants throwback, something like that, guys. If you really like a player, it's going to be very nice to evolve that player. If it's like, for an example, 130 overall towards the end to like 200 something. It's going to cost a lot, but it's still pretty nice to see. Hopefully you guys enjoy. That's how evolution works for your players. No such thing as outdated players anymore. Unless obviously you don't want a player, then it's outdated and then throw it away, obviously. Or throw it away into an evolution to upgrade a player to no longer make them outdated. Very smart to do. Hopefully you guys did enjoy. If you did, drop a like down below if you haven't already, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.